Hi, my name is Gabriel. I'm a nurse from the Community Health Center assigned to gather information about how each family and its member are doing after the recent COVID-19 pandemic. I would have some questions about your family in regards to its structures inside the family and some relevant information about outside the family as well. I might ask some sensitive topics, however, you're not required to answer those questions if you feel uncomfortable answering it. Would the family agree about the interview? I think it would be alright, guys. Right, guys? Thank you so much. To start, I would ask how many members are there in the family? That would be easy. There's only three of us. Me, myself, my name's Leonora, Michael, my husband, and our daughter Kelly. That's amazing. And how old are the members in the family? Um, Leonora is 36, I'm 37, and our daughter Kelly is 16. Um, are you guys working at the moment? I would say we own and run a small convenience store, which is the primary source of our income. I usually do the ordering in terms of stocks and maintaining everything is complete in the store in order for the business to continue. And yeah, I work as a cashier for a convenience, and sometimes on weekend, my husband and daughter try to help out covering my position so I could do my stuff at home. We got our small business from my grandparents with the Chinese background. We train our kids to help out in any chores or tasks in house, including to our small business. Yeah, I usually help out dad during weekend. We stocking stuff in the convenience when I'm not in school. Um, that's good to know. However, did COVID-19 affect the family with all? How did COVID-19 affect the family with all the lockdowns and stay-home orders? It was terrible. We even had some quiet arguments and did some changes at home to avoid acquiring the disease. Me and Michael decided not to let Kelly get out as much as possible to avoid making contact with other people outside the house. I even didn't let her help out in the store just to be safe. Yeah, it was hard. Like I used to see friends every weekend to have some chat or shopping, and then everything went different. There were restrictions and I had to stay home, which is very depressing. Kelly, I know it was hard, but it's for your own good. When that happened, who else did the family rely on in terms of maybe financial support or buying basic goods that you need at home? Um, oh, me and my wife did all the buyings with our supplies, which was very hard since we don't really have any relative close by. And both my grandparents are now dead, and my brother lives from another city. That must be hard. Kelly, when you said that the situation was very depressing, who do you usually talk with who do you usually talk with to express those feelings? Well, since both of my parents are busy, I usually chat with my friends online and talk about things that I'm doing at home. It helped, but it kind of sad. Sometimes I talk with my mom since she's usually at home doing the household chores, and then she usually tries to ask me to help her out. What about you, Mrs. Leonora? Um, the same. I usually talk with my sister back home and tries to check if they were okay. It must be hard since some of your relatives were far from your family. When you heard COVID-19 from the news, what did you know about COVID-19? I heard it was an airborne disease, which could be spread through air, and that we are supposed to wear masks when going outside. We really don't know anything about COVID-19 and unless having cough and difficulty breathing as the major symptoms of it. And it could be very fatal and could really cause death immediately. We only have few information about the virus. That's why we kind of don't know what to do if just in case one of the family members contracted the disease. Since I have no idea about the virus, I just clean and disinfect the house most of the time, which was not hard for us because on our cultural background, we always make sure that the house is well kept and clean most of the time. There were just some changes that we made, like making sure that we remove all our clothing right away after getting in the house, wash hands, and wash all our clothing right away to avoid spreading it in the house. It was hard at first doing it, but later on we've got to use to the routine, which made it more easier for the rest of the quarantine. That's amazing. Was having a small family with a member of three an advantage or a disadvantage during the pandemic? Frankly speaking, it was an advantage because we were able to lower down our expenses into a minimum where we are not depriving ourselves from not eating anything during the pandemic since there's not really a stable income coming during those months. It was easy to put those household changes into practice as well since there's only three of us. Thank you so much for answering those questions and cooperating. I know it was hard for the entire family dealing with all the changes during the pandemic. However, it was nice hearing that you guys were helping each other to prevent COVID from contracting the family. Thank you so much for those informations.